Hello everyone, Dancentral here, and welcome to the next Master System game in my Master System Compendium. The next one that's come up is the classic game which a lot of people have heard of, and that's Afterburner. Now, Afterburner is a 1987 combat flight simulator arcade game by Sega AM2. It is one of the first games designed by Yu Suzuki, and what you do is you fly an F-14 using a specialised joystick, and the game has also spawned several sequels as well. Now, Afterburner 2 followed the same year, including a version on the Sega Mega Drive, though people do see it as apparently more of a revision of the first Afterburner rather than an entirely new game. Sega created a number of aerial combat games centred on the F-14 Tomcat with many similar features, which are frequently regarded as part of the series, and these include G-Lock, Air Battle, and its sequel Strike Fighter, which was actually rebranded Afterburner 3. And it was also ported, Afterburner 3, onto the Sega Mega CD. Now, first impressions, quite fiddly to control, I'll be honest. Obviously you can rotate around 360 degrees. That was a brilliant start. But you can basically rotate all the way around this way. There we go. And it's basically shooting all the other planes down, whilst obviously avoiding being shot yourself. I've not looked at any gameplay vids of this, because I did wonder if I'd actually played it before, but I haven't. Not doing very well, I'll be honest. No, not doing well at all. Okay, we'll have another go. So some more background information then. Later games associated with the Afterburner series include Sky Target, which retains similar gameplay and presentation to the original, and Sega Strike Fighter, which was an arcade flight combat game. Now in 2006, Sega released a new sequel on Sega Limburg hardware, Afterburner Climax, which is the first arcade game to bear the brand since Afterburner 2. Now, Afterburner contains 18 stages, and obviously you fly an F-14 Tomcat jet, which you must destroy a series of enemy jets as you go through the game. Oh, I was doing so well. I was actually starting to think I was doing alright. Oh man. This is a really tricky game. Oh, it's just going to go downhill from here now. I had a really good run there, but it just, yeah. Really incredibly difficult game to control, I find. You don't really know where things are coming from because they're all over the place. Not my sort of game, I'll be honest. But a popular game nonetheless, and a lot of people have heard of it. Okay, so I actually have time for a few more goes. At the start of the game, the player takes off from an aircraft carrier called the Sega Enterprise, which shares a similar name to the one used in the 1986 film Top Gun. The jet itself employs a machine gun and a limited set of missiles. Now, the weapons are replenished by another aircraft after beating a few stages, which I'm not going to do. The aircraft, cannon and the missile buttons are all controlled from an integrated flight stick, and the game was also released in two variations, one with a standard upright cabinet and a rotating cockpit version. And in the cockpit version, the seat rotates horizontally and the cockpit rotates vertically. Now, before I do one more go of this, the game is ported to numerous consoles, such as the Amiga DOS-based PCs, Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, Sharp X68000, I think that's how you pronounce it, FM Towns, Commodore 64, Sega Master System, PC Engine, Sega Saturn, PC, MSX, ZX Spectrum and Game Boy Advance in an arcade 4-pack named Sega Arcade Gallery. And the port of Afterburner to the Sega 32X was done by Rutubo Games in 1995 and was also known as Afterburner Complete. It was known as Afterburner Complete in Japan and Europe. Finally, an unlicensed NES port of the game, developed by Tengen, also exists. Oh, and finally, Afterburner was later ported to the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network, and it was followed by a spin-off in 2007 on the PSP called Afterburner Black Falcon. So there's a hell of a lot of info to put into context, which didn't help me trying to play this game. But because it's such a well-known game, there's a lot of info on it. So maybe I should have condensed that down a bit more. But I've done it now. Oh, I am really, really bad at this game. I'm going to be totally honest. I'll tell you what, I will have one more go, and then I'm going to accept defeat because I'm really, really, really bad at this. I've never played Afterburner before. I thought I had, but I clearly haven't. And do you know what? Even though it's quite a well-known series from what I know, from what I've heard, it's not a series that would think that I'll ever get into, and it's not one that I think I'll ever be able to get any good at, and one that I will really be visiting anytime soon, or revisiting anytime soon. I like the fact that you can go sort of in all directions and stuff. You can sort of rotate all the way around, but then it just makes it more complicated as well because you never know where the things are that are flying towards you. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get through stage 1. I've kind of accepted the fact that some of the games that I showcase are going to be really, really bad. I'm going to be rubbish at, and some I won't be too bad. This is one that I'm blatantly really, really bad at. So, yeah, and I'm going to admit that me and Afterburner don't really click. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there, that are really good at this, but for me, it's just something that I don't think I'm going to ever be able to get good at. It's good that you've got a kind of like a radar thing in the corner, I've just kind of noticed, where I suppose it kind of gives you an idea where the things are that are being thrown at you. But then it doesn't help too much because I still end up dying, so yeah. Well, this looks like another kind of good run that I'm having, but it's not going to end well, but at least that'll make it look quite good. Oh, okay, I got through the first stage, but that's as far as I'm going to get. Well, at least I got through the first stage, that's the main thing. So obviously the second stage is a different colour, but still kind of similar concept, still avoiding obviously what the planes are throwing at you and shooting the planes down. Oh. Okay, so the last go, very last go, and then we're going to end it there. So, impressions, it's a cool game, a lot of people have heard of it. It is fast paced, which is cool. I'm going to give it... I don't want to be a spoil sport and give it 2 stars because I'm really bad at it, because that's being quite biased and that's not giving the game its rightful credibility. So I am going to give it 3 stars out of 5, just because it is a cool game. It is fast paced, but I'm obviously dire at it. But as a game in itself, the genre that it's from and stuff, I think it's really cool. And I know there's a lot of people out there that will agree that it's a classic, series in the Sega games, and one that's very enjoyable if you can get good at it. So I'll give it 3 stars out of 5. I'll give it its credibility, but it's just not a game that I'm necessarily going to be revisiting anytime soon because I'm not very good at it at all. For me, there's plenty of other games that I've played before that I'd probably play instead of this one. But other than that, cool game nonetheless, and I'm sure it's a game that a lot of you do like and can get into, but me personally, I just can't. Mainly for the fact that I'm rubbish at it, but also I just found it really fiddly to control. Maybe I could improve upon that at some stage, but I've not really got the desire to really go back to it. So for me, Good game, 3 stars out of 5, but not one that I personally necessarily look at again. But there you go, that's Afterburner. So thanks a lot for watching this one, everyone. Join me in the next video for another Master System game in my Master System Compendium. And again, as always, please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and leave me comments underneath if you wish to do so, and let me know what you think of the videos. Thanks a lot. Also, these are going up on the gaming Facebook as well that I'm currently running, which is facebook.com/gaming369. So as well as being on here, they're also going on there as well with other added updates, because you can put text on there as opposed to YouTube where it's got to be video only. So if you want to follow me more closely, facebook.com/gaming369, and I hope to see some of you on there. Cool, other than that, thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video with another Master System game. Cheers for watching.